Okay, so basically, Eldon's a really old gnome that finally got a long-lost machine from his great-great-grandpa that died on a mountain, and then he found it on the mountain, and he's all like, well, I found the whole machine, so I'm gonna use the whole machine. He's been using it, like, at least 6 times daily ever since, which, thinking about that's probably been really bad for the environment, because there's, like, a lot of earthquakes and lightning strikes that have been happening, and then, because of all these, Eldon decides to take a nap, and then he wakes up in a new land, and then, oh my gosh, he finds Abel! Except he's not Abel, he's a new stranger wearing a mysterious mask to hide his mysterious identity. Abel asks where he is because he can't read signs or something with his old age. So Abel reads that they're at the guild hall for successful guild members. Eldon decides that this new man isn't Abel, so he'll travel with them. Not Abel introduces himself as Abraham. So Eldon and Abraham go into the guild where they find 2 mysterious ladies who probably harbor secrets and a dark past. The first girl is a familiar Eladrin named Mary. Mary asks Abraham how much you want to gamble, and Abram says all in and bets his soul. After losing his soul to the cards, Eldon forces the fabric of time and reality to his will, causing more unnecessary climate change and earthquakes. Abel Meba is then like, how could you give me all these cards that give me curses? Please give me all these cards so they do not cause me any more curses. And Mary's like, that's a smart decision. The other lady is introduced as Daria. And now everyone is like, new campaign, who dis? With all these folks together, they went into the cartographer's shop, and the shopkeeper looks at Eldon and he's like, I know a cartophile when I see one. You want to see my maps, boy? And Eldon agrees, and then he finds that with Mary and the maps, that the last land is now the new land. And this new land is a jungle called Choltland. And then there's also mysterious mountain range that has a mysterious similar qualities and value to the barrier peaks called the Mist Cliffs. Everyone wants to go there, and the cartophile is like, I'll pay you guys to go there, and Abraham's like, I don't need the money ever since the card of gambling took all my money and my strength. So then Amiibo decides to go to the monks to become like a mountain or something. Everyone goes up the mountain, and it seems pretty good until Abel draws more cards because he's forced to draw 1 card every hour since he didn't know that he was cursed with magic items because he didn't respect the magic items of his cards. The magic item cards decided to take his magic items away. Abelheimer was angry, and he told Mary to take his curse away, but she's like, lol, no, this is funny. So Abel tried to attack Mary, but Mary was, like, really scary, so she forced Abelheimer to run off the cliff from being scary. And then while this was happening, Daria found a druid grave and cared about it, so she got a spell. Abel Cadabel was then found there in the depths of the pit of the mountains by a Sphinx with Wi-Fi. The Sphinx with Wi-Fi asked the party for knowledge, or brain wrinkles. With his knowledge of professional wrestling, and the Sphinx not being a nerd, the Abel Taker was able to get out of there without losing more intelligence. Daria gave the Sphinx a spell that she got, and Eldon and Mary both lost more intelligence by being around Abraham too long. After this, everyone was like, who is this masked man? And Abraham's like, I'm too secretive to tell you. And Mary's like, if you strip your face clothes, I'll take your cards. And oh my gosh, it's actually Abel under the mask! Abel puts his mask on, saying he's worried about people out there to kill him. After seeing his face, Eldon is now out to kill Abel and is almost provoked into shoving him off the cliff. With Abel as their new old party member, they decide to cross the cloud of river Styx, and Abel was poor and not able to pay for seatbelt privileges and almost fell, but he did manage to stay on. With that, they're all now in front of a floating fortress of a monastery. And that's basically all, so, the end.